Explanation of the 4 weeks of first year's planning with the theme of classic stories. All topics mark the annex that each strategist needs. Week 1. The first class begins with a warm-up of Called Kid class. It is specific in detail how the game is in the planning. At the end, the students are asked what is a story, and the meaning is given. Another question is asked, what parts does a story have? And the answer is given. Then a third question is asked, which is, what are the characteristics of a story? The answer is given and the students are asked to copy in their notebooks. Note, questions and answers are noted on the board. When the students finish copying, the teacher asks with the words we use at the beginning of the class. And which story do you think is the one we will see next? And listen the comments. After he gives each student a story, when they finish reading, they will be back on the story of Pinocchio. Such as what characteristics were there and what place did they name. And to the finish, the students are asked to put in their notebook 3 places and 3 characters that came out in the story. The second class begins with the warm-up of Things Fast game, which also specifies that it will be done within the planning. At the end, students will be asked to take out the story of Pinocchio and underline the unknown words. Then they will be given 10 minutes to look it up in their dictionary. When they finish, the group will be divided into 3 people and they will be asked to draw a characteristic of their choice, either from a cartoon or series, and they will be describe it using their names, age, for place of residence, friends or family, which will likes to eat, and what kind of clothes you wear to do. To close the session, only some students will come the exposing their character. The third planning class begins with the warm-up use of characters, which is explained in the same way in the planning. We're going to be asking the students where can a story take place, and with the answer given, they will brainstorm ideas in the board that the students will have to copy in the notebook. Then enable will be put on the board where 10 classmates will be asked which is your favorite place and what activity would you do there. And finally, students will be asked to look in the dictionary for the place mentioned and they can be written down in the notebook. Week 2, number 2. The first class begins with the warm-up spelling. That is specific to planning. We start with the questions. Do you remember which parts you had a story? And some comments are here in the information is complete. Then they are asked to come together in pairs and they are given a short cut out story to join as well as some images. And at the end, the correct order of the story will be given and it will be asked students to read it again in that order so they can take out many ideas and write it down in their notebook. The next class is the second class, begins with the warm-up categories that is specific in the planning. We begin the class by putting a table with words that can appear in the story and the students are asked to copy it. When they finish copy the table, they are asked putting the 10 symbols in a circle to carry out an activity that consists in passing to the notebooks to the right every time the teacher indicates it. Always put in a sentence with the words that were given previously, and to finish To finish, the students with different colors will place the similar sentence. The third class begins with the warm-up of Pictionary. That is specific in the planning. We be explaining what was seen in the previously class so that the students can make a short history with the images that will be put on the board and what they saw. The teacher should give an example of how to do it and ask them to put a drawing, and the end stories will be reviewed.